With this heat, I may be in hell. It's hard to say. But none of my ex-wives are here, so I'm probably still alive. Okay, guys. If you look at the description, Cheyenne, right there, is going to be working on one of our favorite, not a standard guard style. Cheyenne, get that other knife that's already got one finished on it. She's going to show you guys how to do an arrowhead guard. Now, arrowhead guards aren't overly difficult, and we just did a video where we were doing hot punch guards out of steel and also out of bronze. Let me turn that around. I'll go that way with it. So hold it straight so I can see straight on. So there's an arrowhead guard. Okay? Cheyenne, do you want to show them what you're going to be working with and kind of describe the process as you go about it?
Yes.
Give me just a second. And guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, it's a great time. Go ahead, like, subscribe, share it out, tell your friends, and check out some of our other videos after you check this out.
I have alligator bone and brass all over me right now. I'm just trying to figure out what was poking me. So right now, what I do is I find the center line and try to pinpoint, because there's always going to be little mismatches on the widths and everything.
And that is the hot punch bronze guard we did the other day.
And these are just kind of a rough sketch. These are going
Those,
to be...
there we go. So there's not going to be any forging to these. These are just going to be stock removal processes.
Yes.
And when you're ready, now you're going to be doing platen on this? You're going to,
Yeah.
Okay.
I do platen on these, and then I will, after the platen, I go to the big wheel. I don't remember what it's called. All I know is it's a serrated wheel. And then I'll go
10-inch serrated.
I'll clean them up with my finishing belt and everything.
All right, cool. All right, let me get a stand here. And are you watching your phone, or do you want to check comments on this one? All right, guys. If I do this, everything's not backwards like the selfie cam, so. Go ahead and show them how you change out, get everything set up for the grinder.
There we go. I'll just keep it over there. Check the comments. Is that a neighbor belt?
No, it's not a new belt.
Just one of them. Bronze and everything.
Do you want to come in from the right side or the left side on this?
So I usually stand right here.
Okay. We're going to do kind of a close-up on this so you guys can see the process.
You're definitely grabbing a glove, because bronze or any type of copper alloy does have a high conductive rate. And I've learned my lesson. And you will see me holding it with one hand that has the glove and the push block on it as well. Usually. Okay. Good. What is in there? Okay, so the next step is going to be a little wonky. What I'm going to do is take that corner and kind of get the napping of that. Alright, so now we are going to jump over. I'm going to put the 12-inch serrated wheel on here. The finishing button. Alright guys, so what I am making is actually an arrowhead knife guard. And this one is made out of bronze. So that's fun. If you actually watch one of our previous lives, this is actually the guard that we hot punch. Kind of an experiment because usually you don't want to hot punch it. Especially you can have cracking, if you overheat it, it can kind of crumble away almost like you're crushing up a cookie and stuff like that. And you will see me dip this multiple times, especially with it being a high conductive material. Let's see if I shoot this bolt off here. Nope, we're good. So we're going from this grungy material right here and polishing it up. And then I'm also going to be taking the edges that I just took those to flat, kind of smooth it out to where it looks more like a snap. So it goes from that to this. This also takes off the sharp edges, so the person who's wielding the knife is not stabbing themselves or slicing themselves up. Just kind of dummy proofing a sharp object in a way. goes from the sharp angle and having the marks to smooth transition. Now, your bronze knife guard. Now, if I can remember where, hold on. So this is the knife that if you watched the live, I believe it was last night, we actually hot punched this through. After we get the knife cleaned up, a tiny bit of filing because I do not like the gapping right there. Clean this up. Put the handle on there, that'll be a nice knife. But I think I'm going to take maybe a good finishing back to this. So this is a red finishing belt. Has similar material as Scotch-Brite, but it's not Scotch-Brite brand. We actually got these through Phoenix Abrasives. If you guys haven't already, like and subscribe. We are going to be doing a class with Robbie Bowman from Iron Mountain Metal Craft, September 6th and 7th in Turtle Island Resort. Pretty much, if you guys say it sounds familiar, that is where it's just Conway off of mountain resides. So if you guys want to join us on that, we have links in the description for that class. We also have a link to a Fortune Memory family, which has all of our, well, we're part of the Fortune Memory family, so if you guys want to check us out there, and our direct social media link is the Facebook profile that we have. So check us out. Goes from that to that. Big difference. I'm making sure to kind of dump in between just so my steel does not get too hot, because I don't want to draw the temper out of the blade. I tried to keep the file marks, but getting all the scale and debris off the blade from the plunge. Especially with this one kind of looking at the fabric, just freaking cool. Blade every detail matters. I see what popular. So, shiny blade for shiny garden. That's going to be fun. And actually, since I cleaned the blade up and the guard up, we have a good fit. So I'm excited about that. We won't have to do any extra file work because it fits and seats right up to the guard. So I'm okay with that. Yes, I did make it from a file. I'm actually looking at the comments over here. We have it facing this way. So I do have my hairpin back. Not an issue. I am very well aware of my surroundings. So our shop is located in St. Elmo, Illinois. Central Illinois, pretty much. And don't make any ammo, but we do play around a little bit with some lead and a mold that may fit a few of our toys. Going between my fingers, that feels weird. Sensory overload. Now, the clunky looking ones were next. Which means I have to go back to the platen and pretty much repeat my process, but this time with these both being mild steel, we're going to go ahead, do both at the same time, that way kind of keeping everything with the flow. So back with my platen. the dust you're seeing is actually bronze, not gold. Looks real similar though. Market value, not the same. So I am going to set this guy over here. And clean my glasses off because I'm my glasses surgery. There's a lot of bronze. Be right back. You know what, guys? Actually, it's starting to get a little late, and I kind of want to spend some time with the kiddos before they have to go to bed. So, we're going to hop off here for a little bit. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. And we're all about family here. It's part of the Forge of Memory thing. We're all family-oriented and everything. So we will catch you guys later.